It has been fun to be a Commanders fan over the last few days again.
Weird.
I got at the exact same moment. I should go back and figure out which play it was. My guess is it was early in the game, I feel like. I think it was after the Daniels rushing touchdown on the read option where the Bengals played it like they'd never seen a quarterback keep a ball in read option ever. How open was that touchdown?
Very. Everybody was going the opposite way. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'd probably look at that quarterback. I'd have one guy look at him.
You could have driven a school bus through that hole, like a big yellow take you to your field trip at the one-room schoolhouse near your house when you're growing up. School bus.
Legit question. Now, he's able to, manipulate and do things with the football and fake better than any of us could, right? Like, I'm not saying that. The moment where Jayden Daniels is open, time stops, a genie snaps his fingers. Grant Paulson, all you and your athletic ability, you jump into Jayden Daniels' body. Could you have scored there?
1,000%.
And that's kind of my point is I think I could have too.
Well, no, that's not an I think. I mean, this isn't a bit like I could return a kickoff to the 20 or anybody doing.
Look, I think anybody could have scored everything. The fake was that good.
Nobody around him.
Yeah.
He was at the 4 and he got into the end zone. There was no one near him. All you would have to do would you catch the snap?
Yeah.
Okay, then you would score. You put the ball out and let a running back run past it as if he's going to grab it, and then you walk the other way into the end zone. Yeah, it was defended terribly, but it was also a beauty. It was 3 touchdowns on the ground now for Daniels. But the point is, I think it was that play.
Mm-hmm.
I got the exact same text from 2 different people. One is the cousin of my wife, who I talk football with all the time, big Packers fan, who lives in Michigan. The other is a guy that I do radio shows with on the weekend who does radio in Kansas City. Who's a big Chiefs mark and doesn't understand what football's like for everybody else.
Yeah.
And how difficult it can be.
It's hard for a lot of people.
But they both sent me a text with just eyeballs, like that eyeball emoji where it's like I think the text was meant to be like,
look at that.
Whoa. Or like, are you seeing this, man? Or like, I see you or something.
Yeah. Look.
But I got 2 of those back to back. I was the guy getting the eyeball emoji text.
So like my buddies who have pretty much punted, not the thing that Tressway used to do. Remember Tressway? Used to punt. But on all things Redskins, WFT, Commanders and stuff, just beating away, don't care anymore, whatever. A lot of those guys on the McLaurin bomb, not the tutty that won everything, but on that little skinny post situation where Daniels threw an absolute dime before McLaurin was open. That's when I got those like, oh my God, this is incredible type stuff from guys that haven't paid attention in years.
Yeah, the last few days seeing Aaron Rodgers on McAfee raving about Jayden Daniels, raving about Terry McLaurin, the amount of other players. Devontae Adams went on this big Terry McLaurin rant. Which, by the way, when did this start? Where current NFL players are on shows like breaking down games that they watched in primetime. Very weird. Maybe I just haven't noticed because the Commanders never play in them and no one's ever saying nice things about them. But I thought it was very strange. Like Kay Adams is interviewing Devontae Adams. Like, what'd you think of Terry last night? And like, he's giving a thought. McAfee's asking Aaron Rodgers what he thought of Jayden Daniels. Is that a thing? I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think because we're so 24/7 that's now kind of the norm. And it's never about us, right? It's always about other teams or whatever. But yeah, you see that now where it's like, hey, we all watched it. What did you make of it, right? Because we might get a great quote out of Aaron Rodgers. Ask him about anything.
It's just been a blast to soak up all the coverage. There are so many times when you're a fan of this team where I know this because as a media member, you guys won't listen for the week. You don't call, right? You don't want to hear what we've got to say. You don't want to read the press clippings. You don't want to see the story we wrote or the tweet we sent. This is a give me all of the content week. And just one after another, these clips of these players and these people who are just praising the Commanders. We are the cool kid right now. And a lot of it is that people like Jayden Daniels, and he's the cool kid, right? Like,
yeah, that's the biggest chunk of it.
There's something
obviously
about him, too, where we always talk about the cool kid club.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that Lamar thing where, like, people just love Jayden Daniels. They do. And they should. He was incredible, and it's fun. But, like, when he does something and someone else does something, it's cooler that he did it. Like, he's got whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Washington hasn't had that guy post Robert Griffin.
Mm-mm.
And before that in a long, long time.
I mean, the number of times as a fan, before I was lucky enough to have this gig, what would happen is when it was so negative for so long, I could just walk away. I would just shut down. I'm still watching the games and everything, but it's like I can't read another article about the Dan Snyder embarrassment or about the other whatever. But like here, in doing our job, like you got to consume it. So when it's nice, I soak it all in.
Let's go to Matt in Warrenton on G and D here on the Fan. What's up, Matt? How are you?
Hey, Grant, Danny, great show today.
About it.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, hey, listen, fun going out on the plane with Grant, chatting it up.
This is my guy. So Matt gets full credit, by the way. I would not have gone to see Paul Skeens at Great American Ballpark if not for you. We landed.
The assist, Matt.
By the way, it was like an hour-long flight. We talked the entire time. It felt like it was like a 3-minute flight. People probably hated our guts, by the way. Like everyone's like trying to.
When I left you in the when you were waiting for your baggage, the guy that was sitting next to me on the flight, we walked up a little bit. He's like, "That was the longest conversation on a plane I've ever been a part of."
No
and I was like, "Did it bother you?" And he was like, "No, I enjoyed the whole thing. You guys never shut up."
That is hilarious. Well, I thought about it like not only after but during. I'm like, these people around us hate us because it was early in the morning and most people were sleeping, and we were just like, an hour straight of just chopping it up. But anyway, when we landed, I said I was going to the hotel, and you said, "Yeah, I'm about to go to the Reds game." I had no idea they were at home. You said they were playing the Pirates, and that gave me the thought to look up who was pitching. So I would not have seen Skeens without you. So I owe you a thank you.
Oh, well, awesome. Yeah, no, that was a nice park. I enjoyed going there. So the three things I enjoy the most that I'm just having a blast with is I'm sitting in my section, and the amount of disdain Bengals fans talking to each other about getting walloped by a rookie quarterback and the dumb grin on my face that was number one. Number two, I'm walking out of the stadium, probably 8 feet tall at this point, tallest I've ever been in my life. I'm trying to make eye contact with everybody. I'm not going to be a jerk, but it's been a long time since I've had that little swagger in my walk. And then walking through the airport the next morning in my Commander's gear and just seeing all the employees, and they're all just scowling, shaking their head. No, probably a little extra patty pat with TSA, a little aggressive on the security walkthrough. I'm enjoying all of that.
I didn't have anything there, sir. What are you patting me there
Why
for?
are you judging me there?
Appreciate the call, and was good chatting with you as well, Matt. He's right, though. We had the same experience in our section where it was not just like the one guy kept saying, "The Redskins, you're going to let the Redskins do this to you?" And his whole point was, I think we all get it.
Yeah, I got it.
The team that I always see everyone making fun of all the time, right? But then he kept saying, "And a rookie quarterback, they're going to let a rookie quarterback do this to him."
It's the feeling that I've had for 30 some years. While their special guy runs around and we can't stop him, right? And it's beyond exasperating. It steals your soul, steals your will, that pit in your stomach. Our guy was doing it to them.
Yep.
That's worth it all. That to me is the whole point. I want that. Everyone else suffers now. Not my time. It may come my time. Hey, we might be one ankle away or whatever. All I know is that night, it was my time to be the one that made them suffer. They had to eat it. And that was awesome.